Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I have been invited down to Sunrise Marine to check out the new 266 Cayman. This boat is absolutely beautiful. This one has already been unwrapped. It has the Mercury 400 on it. This one they just got in, and they have the Yamaha, I think this is a 450 on there. I mean, just look at the size difference between the Yamaha and the Mercury. But you know, it could be good that it's a lighter engine, you know, less weight in the back, or it could be good that you got the bigger Yamaha and got a little bit more power. You know, that's something you're gonna have to decide when looking at this boat. So let's start at the front of this boat, guys. I mean, this is just a very nice boat. You can see one thing that Robalo did, they put it on this heavy duty Coyote trailer right here. Super heavy duty winch comes up. One thing that's a little bit different, it comes over. Unlike the 246, it kind of goes under, and you come in here. Look at these bunks that they put on this trailer though. Nice aluminum bunks. Got a almost like a carbon composite, probably like a composite running board, so that's going to last forever. You'll never have to replace that. And then you got your wooden running boards with carpet over them. Looks really nice. I like how everything is all aluminum. This one has the tire package on it. You see the tires on here. That all aluminum, I mean, it is so important to have a all aluminum trailer like that with mostly everything aluminum. It just prevents so much maintenance down the road. My old boat, I had all galvanized, and man, it was so much maintenance on it. This one has the running bunks or guide rails. I think that's what they're called, guide rails. Guide rails already hooked up to it. You can see that it attaches right down here, and it's just a beautiful boat all around. Got this nice black Robalo going across here on the blue. You got the extra swim platform, got the Atlas jack plate, got hydraulic trim tabs, got underwater lights, you got your tie downs right there. We got the Mercury Verado 400 on, another swim platform with a boarding ladder on it attached. This one's just like on the 246, slides up. Put it down, just make sure this little strap right here is around it. Really good. Just taking a walk around the boat. One thing I will say I noticed right off the bat when I came to the boat is how much more freeboard is on this boat. And I have a picture on my Instagram page, and I had both of these boats side by side. And at first I thought that this boat was sitting higher on a trailer, or the trailer was higher than the Robalo 246, but it's actually not. But you can come look at it here. You can see where this one comes up at. And let's walk over here to the 246 real quick, and you can see the difference in the height of the freeboard on the bow that you get here. And you can see that the trailer height is the exact same, and I'll come up here. And so you're getting at least, I mean, that last one came up to like up here above my head. And so, I mean, that's a good at least 6 inches, I would say. But you can see that it actually is sitting, see if I can get a view over here, the same height. When I had them side by side, you could really see it very well. But there was a car that was ended up parking there, so we couldn't put this one side by side. You can see here, got the spare tire package on this one. See all the way up. Plenty of space if you wanted to put a ladder going up to your bow, or you can kind of step up like I do and then step up here, and then you're on the boat. That's the way I do it on my 246. Kind of walking into the boat, we'll start out here in the back with the swim platforms. So you got dual swim platforms, and I'll tell you guys, the dual swim platforms are really nice, but the best thing about a dual swim platform, I found out, you're not going to be really using it that much at the sandbar, but the best thing is when you're out here deep sea fishing in this hybrid bay boat, And I can tell you one thing that's going to guarantee to happen. You're going to get a line in your prop, and the best thing about this dual platform is right here. So if you get line in your prop, you can come over here, because you're going to be fishing with kids, you're going to be fishing with family members. You know, let's raise this engine up. So we'll raise the engine up. Once we get the engine up, all right, so now you're out of the water and you're walking back here. It could probably raise up a little bit more, but now you can step down and you can actually reach your prop, you know, and untangle the line. Like, there are so many times where I have just been out in the water and I am trying to balance on one side of the boat, like on this side, trying to lean out like this and you know, get the line out. But now having a swim platform on the other side as a standard option, you can be able to reach it on both sides. I really think that is going to be a big game changer for the offshore fishermen. And I mean, you'll probably sit on it a little bit on the sandbar, but I think you're going to actually use it more offshore than you will on the sandbar. So starting out in the back hatch here, we have our 5-gallon bucket. And in the 5-gallon bucket, we have our 8-gallon holding tank. This boat did come with the optional porta potty with it, so it pumps all into here. You have the white gaskets all the way around, latch right here, push sides. You have the friction hinges. You have your saltwater wash down right here. You have your freshwater wash down right here, 13.5 gallons. And then you have your washout for your holding tank right here. Coming to this hatch right here. I don't think there's anything underneath here, just access to some wires. And then you'll see your bulkhead right here where you got your tubing and wires coming through. Real pretty finish though in here. And also you got your live well, which is right there, and your light's going to your live well. All right, so you have on the just like on the 246 Cayman, you have your rod holders that are right here. And then you can also get the additional rod cup holder, and they come right here. And then you will also see that we have another rod holder right here. So they added that on the 266. The 246 doesn't have that. You have the oversized cleats, really awesome. And then you have where you put your fresh water in right here. Down here is where your hose connects to where your fresh water comes out and your raw water comes out. All right, taking a look in the first live well. You got a 30-gallon aft live well, has lights in it, just like the 246. If you're familiar with the 246, no change here. You're gonna be very familiar with this. Have this latch right here to shut off the live well. Say if you need it to use this as an ice chest, you don't want salt water to fall in, you can screw this and also screw this one here. Also has a divider. Shut that. Got your floor drains. Love these floor drains, guys, especially on my boat. It's very easy to swipe up. There's no dip or anything where sand is going to gather out. Everything washes out really good. That can fit through the grid. And I really like it how it's up on top like this. So you can just take things and throw it over the board like that. Got another live well right here. Exact same thing, lights in there. And 30-gallon live well, got the gaskets all the way around. I know on my boat I did see mildew kind of form right here, and these gaskets do get dirty. I almost wonder if they would go with a black gasket so it won't show mildew stains, but you can definitely replace that yourself if you need it to. I've thought about doing it on my boat. You have your big bench seat right here. This bench seat is super nice. About, I would say it's definitely bigger than the 246 bench seat. It definitely feels like it's bigger. This boat has a 9'4" beam, and so you could probably fit 3 adults right here, and the 246 has a 9-foot beam, so you're getting 2 more inches on either side of the boat with this 9-foot forward beam. And also you can see, look how far away I am from the rod holders there. You know, on the 246, this will scoot back a lot and you can kind of touch it with your back when you're walking through. So right here with this extra space and the extra 2 feet they gave this boat, that you can see where they really added it right in this space right here. Your onboard battery charger plug-in is located right here. You have your rod holders going all the way down. These rod holders are the same ones that's on the 246. You can fit offshore rods with popping cords, basically anything you want to store right here, you can fit in here. Our bilge access is located in here. And guys, like all my videos, I give the good and the bad. And I will say this is one of the things, I don't know if it's bad, but it's definitely a little heavy to pick this up at first. And it might be adjusted, so I don't want to say that it's a bad yet, but when you do pick it up, when you're going into the bilge right here, it's a little heavy. I mean, definitely pick up with your legs, like coming down and picking up. If you pick up with your back and you have a bad back like I do, you might get hurt. But got your speakers here. It's really cool how the wiring goes down all the way down, real clean. You got your electric steering, got your onboard battery chargers, your 2 batteries, house batteries, your battery switches right here. So on the 246, they had it right here. They kind of made this area a lot cleaner, moved it in here. This is just one thing, because this is heavy, and then to turn on your batteries and off, you do have to lift this up and close it. So that might be something to take in consideration when you're deciding between the 246 and the 266. But a big benefit to this seat and how it's lined up is that they got rid of the shelf here. And so with the 246, I was like, man, there's no way you could get better access than the 246. Well, by moving this whole shelf here, guys, I'm telling you, that makes it so much easier to get to your pump. So you just, you know, lay down real easily and you can grab it right here. I can actually probably sit in here like this, you know, sit in here like this, work on this real easily, grab on that, change that out. And on my old boat, the hardest thing to ever get to were these freaking live well pumps and the bilge pump. Make sure I'm pointing to it, and the bilge pump right there. Got your electric steering, your filter for your freshwater wash down, your flow mat. I think it's a Flow Master. What is that? Sure Flow, battery switches, and you have your automatic switches for your bilge here. All right, so one thing also, when you pull this down, you can't just pull it down. There is a safety latch here, so it's good for kids or anything like that, and they want to try to come up here and pull it down. And because when it gets down to about this level, the shock engages and pulls it shut. So you kind of gotta, well, let me grab it with one hand right here to push it down. So you see how that latch went down, and you'll see it where it kind of like gets heavy, and then it kind of goes down a little bit like that. So that's just one thing you want to make sure you take account for. This boat does come with a optional backrest that actually flips forward. This one has the exact same one that the 246 has. It has 4 rod holders going all the way across. One of the things you might want to take account in like getting the cool back seat that flips over, you do lose 2 rod holders here, and you only have these 2 right here. Got the ice chest underneath, got your speakers, got your rod holders on this side. This is where your gas goes in right here. On the 246, the water and the gas was located on the same side. Now they have flipped it over to the other side to prevent people from getting confused. Oversized cleats. You got a window for your console. At the helm here, you can see that you can easily mount 2 12-inch screens here. You have your horn, your vent, to control your vent up and down. I don't have it turned on right now. So you can control your vent. You got your fresh water, your wash down, your aft live well, your forward live well, AC, and your trim tabs. So right here, I'm going to talk about this a little bit. So one thing that they did that's a little bit different, I mean, I'll let you guys tell me if it's good or bad, but in order to get your live wells to go, you have to circulate them. So you push it once, it is the port live well. You push it again, it's the starboard live well, and you push it again, and then it's dual live wells that come on, and then you push it again and it turns it off. So that's one thing I'm kind of like, I wish they just added another switch there, put another switch right here and hooked up that live well, because if you're traveling or you have stuff in your back live wells used for storage, dry storage, you have to make sure to tie off, or not tie off, to screw in this valve here, or all of your stuff's going to get soaking wet. But maybe there's a benefit to that, being able to circulate through the live wells like that instead of just having individual switches. Guys, let me know in the comments, let me know what you think. But this dash and this helm, it is so much nicer than the 246. I will say that. This full enclosed window, I really wish they made this with the 246. Also, you got extra speakers up top, and guys, it is so much louder having these two extra speakers. You got your radio box up here. You see there's plenty of room to put your GoPros, fishing boxes, purses, sunscreen. That's where I put all my stuff at when I'm filming. You have your radio here, two cup holders on either side. You got a wire or cordless, wireless phone charger. You have your trim tabs here, and your trim tab to turn on, you use your trim tabs, you got to push this button here. You got your jack plate, so this is really nice. I love how they got rid of that little black switch that they had on the 246, and now you have an up and down. I really like that. You have your computer for the Mercury. You got a glove box right here, and you have a small craft diagnostic. I am not sure what that is right there. I don't know if that's an easier way to, I'm not sure what that is. I have to ask the guys here. And then you got all of your breaker switches here. You got the two-step seat, so you can sit like this and be riding very comfortably, or you can be riding standing up with the bolsters up like that very comfortably. I really like the higher steering wheel. I mean, I just feel like I am driving a tank out here with it. I feel, you know, with the 246 is a little bit lower. It was something I had to get used to. I don't mind it now, but right when I got in the boat, when I first bought it, it was something I get used to. And when you get in this boat, you're just like, man, this is a beast of a boat. Got an area to put your phone chargers. You want to store them up here, just anything. Comes all the way around. This does drop down right in here, so you make sure you check keys or anything like that that might fall out. You got your lights all the way around. One thing that they did change on the 246, the lights now go back to the recess, just like on the 27 foot offshore boat. And then also they have them all the way around right here. Got an option. This one has the option for the sun shelter or sunshade that comes with it. And also they moved the bow lights up to the top of the T-top. They used to be located up on the bow. Coming up, you got your front forward floodlight, and then you have another floodlight right here. So definitely provides a lot of cover, light cover for you. And you have all the speakers have LED lights in them too, courtesy lights. All right, Mark, making our way up a little bit more. You have a tackle box on the left hand side, so they got a designated area for you to store tackle box. On the right hand side, you have your fire extinguisher, so now you have a designated area for your fire extinguisher. And in the center of your console, you have your head area right here, and this one comes with the optional head. You can see that your pump out controls are located right here. One thing that I do really like that they added to the 266 is this right here, so you can actually get to all of your switches by just taking this off right here, and then you can get to everything, all of your fuses and stuff like that. So on the 246, that you had to use the screws to come up here, and you had to go shoo, 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 shoo. And there's several videos of that where I'm doing that, where you have to take those screws out to be able to reach your stuff. So now they provided a quick access panel. Really like that. And you can kind of see what's down in there a little bit. Looks like we have the JL audio upgrade in here. You would have to take this whole panel off to be able to work on that. If something went wrong with that, you won't be able to get to it, but there is screws here for you to be able to get to that. Got your little window here. Coming up to the front. So one thing you'll notice on the 266 right away is that the front seat is just a little bit shorter than the 246, and it's still comfortable though for a grown adult, and you really won't notice it really when you're sitting here. But where you do notice it at is when you lift up to see the ice chest. Come in here, you see the ice chest here. This ice chest is the same size as the one on the 246, but it's just slightly shorter. I didn't know if you guys noticed that or not, but that's one thing right away I noticed. It's wider than the 246 one, but it's slightly shorter. You have two cup holders here. You have a cigarette lighter here to charge your cell phone. And guys, let me tell you why that is important. And look at these latches here. These latches close down really nice. So let me tell you why that is important. So when I go out on the beach and I'm sitting here on my Robalo 246 and I've been fishing all day, my phone has died, and every time we're sandbarring, guys, we're always listening to the radio, and it would be so nice to have a phone charger right here, so when my phone dies, I do not have to sit there and get up and be like, all right, I gotta walk all the way back here. And you know, it is me being lazy, but small things like that does make me happy. And then grab my phone right here, because it'll be charging to this cigarette lighter or to this USB here. It's not a cigarette lighter, this is a phone charger, USB charger. It says cigarette lighter's right here. But, and then change my radio station, and then come back and wait till my phone charges. So going back to the ice chest, you know, you don't lose space, but you do lose length. I don't know if that really makes sense, but you know, it's just a wider ice chest, not as long. You do get additional space underneath here. Well, there it goes. It was locked, or I couldn't find it right. So you do get some great additional space in here. Great for storage, because one thing you're going to notice is that you do lose a little bit of space. Oh, look at that. So you have to open up these in an order, or that one will not open up all the way. So just take note of that. You do lose a little bit of space in here, like height, because one thing that they did on the 246, on the 266 Cayman, is that they dropped all the seats down. And so when you're sitting in the seat like this, you feel more secure, because this boat is made for going more on the offshore side than on the bay side. I would say the 246 is made for more of the bay side. It drafts only 12 inches. And I believe this one drafts anywhere between 17 or 18 inches. I really don't know that number exactly. But it does give you this good bucket seat where if you're a kid or anything, I mean, you feel very secured in this seat. So you do lose a little bit of storage here in height wise, but look at how much storage you get in here. So you get it back with the second storage here. Also, let's shut this real quick. Also, one thing you'll notice on this boat, talking about the freeboard, is how much freeboard you get right here. This is all the way in the back of the boat. You can see how much I get. And then at the front of the boat, it comes almost all the way up to mid-thigh. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right there, about mid-thigh. So you definitely get a lot of room. You got your grab handle here, you have your removable back rest here. One of the things that I like and dislike, so I really like this handle here, but when you shut it and you're going traveling, you have all of your rods in there, there is no way to lock it that I know of. I don't think there's a way to lock it. And so I wonder if they could have a combination of a handle like this that has a lock to it. I don't know, but that is just one thing I noticed, that you cannot lock these rod boxes or your fish box. And they also removed the lock from the battery here, where your batteries are stored at. And you can see here it's noticeably shallower in depth in this area, but it does have this little bump up now, so that might be also kind of eating up a little bit of space. Got your onboard battery charger, plug in right there, and you can see right in here, this is where all of your batteries go. Very neat, very nice. Very nice. All right, making our way up to the bow of the boat. You know, you got your bolsters going all the way around. Love the fabric, feels really nice. Love the color. It comes in a whole bunch of cool different colors now. Got your 20-gallon Ford live well. I use this a lot. You can get a plug to plug it in there. Just a beautiful live well. Coming up more, you got your Minn Kota. This one was installed at the factory. This is where they mount their not GPS puck, but their puck. Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're buying a Robalo, go ahead and get the custom anchor. It will save you so many markups right in here. I did not buy the custom anchor. I bought my own anchor, and then I custom fit it into this lock area. But you know, it took me a while to get the dimensions right, and that could have been user error, but now that I have a couple of scratches right here on my boat, I should have just spent the extra $300 and got a custom anchor that's made for this boat. Just my opinion. It is, when you're buying a boat though, you're like, man, $300, it's kind of a lot of money for an anchor, when you can go buy an anchor at Academy for like 60 bucks. All right, so the one thing that we have not tested out yet is how the rod anchors or rod lockers do. So I'm gonna go get my offshore rods and my inshore rods. We're gonna make sure they can fit in there with the popping cork, and we're also gonna put them back here and see how much clearance we have when we're walking through this area. Guys, when you go out here and test the boat out, make sure you bring everything that you are going to go fishing with or beaching with, and make sure you have enough storage. So the guy that I'm going to recommend you guys to if you come to Sunrise Marine is Hunter Hawkins, and I swear Hunter probably started dying laughing at me, because on our little boat test drive, like this was not like the first time going out in the boat though. This was like, I'm very serious at buying the boat, and I was like, I have to make sure that my grill fits. I have to make sure that my fishing rods fixed, because guys, I'm telling you, I went to other boat manufacturers, and when I was really serious about buying the boat, I brought all this stuff and I would put rods into the gunnels and they wouldn't fit. And I was like, holy cow, like that was such a game changer in like my decision on going with that boat brand. And then when I came to Robalo and I put everything in, I put my grill in here, I put all my rods in here, and I know I had like beach toys, I had everything that I knew that I would bring on a typical beach day, and I know Hunter was freaking laughing at me, guys, but you know, it actually paid off because it eliminated all those questions and concerns I had with this fit. So I'm gonna go get those rods real quick out of the truck, and we're gonna see if they fit. I got my rods in here, and you can see how much of a difference and that extra 2 feet makes. Like, you can literally walk across this stuff no problem. Don't touch anything walking across. I don't know, do a little backwards walk here, you can do a little dancing sideways shuffle. I mean, you really can do a lot right in this area, a lot more space. You won't get caught up in that. Well, now the big thing is trying to see that how do the rods fit in the forward locker rod storage. So we're gonna go ahead and move in with this one real quick. Make sure that these are expensive rods, so I definitely don't want to break a tip. We're actually out here now on the water, and we're about to test out how good it can handle. I just got to know, Hunter, you gonna let me drive?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I get to drive this boat, guys. I am so excited. So Hunter, how much does one of these things cost? If I went up to Sunrise Marine, give me like a base price and then like a fully loaded out price, if you can kind of ballpark it.
Yep, well, with Robalo, it's a nationally advertised price boat, so they are set from the factory, but this one, the way it's equipped, is priced right at $154,000. But again, it's just going to depend on the options. You know, once you start getting into, you can put twin 12-inch screens on here. Once you put a power pole or something like that on the back, you know, that price can go up, or you can get it, you know, without the JL sound system. You know, you can also bring that price down a little bit.
So guys, this one has the Mercury 400 on it. It does have the optional porta potty on it. Did not come with the 12-inch Simraz, but you can custom order it. It did come with the trolling motor already hooked up. It came with the onboard battery charger. Came with the bow table that I did not set up. And guys, that is enough talk. Let's get out in the water and see how this bad boy handles. Well guys, I wouldn't take you out on a boat ride if it wasn't windy and rough. It's definitely rough for being out here in the back bay. We got a good half-foot chop, a little bit of white cap, and you wouldn't test out a boat unless it was any rougher. We got Hunter with us. He's going to be nice enough to let me drive. Hunter, you want to drive first, or?
You got it.
I got it? All right, man. Here you go. I'll let you hold this.
Yep.
Get my kill switch. I'm definitely not used to a Mercury throttle.
Feels a little bit different at first.
All right guys, so we're gonna go up. We got the trim tab all the way down right now, and we're just, not the trim tab, we got the engine trimmed, jack plated all the way down, and no trim tabs. We're just gonna see how it does going against this half-foot chop. Woo, you can hear that Mercury hum. Real solid sounding. Alright, we're going to turn a little bit and get a crosswind just a little bit. See if we get any spray over the boat. Waves are not high enough to get any kind of spray over the boat. Well, we got a little bit, but you got the oversized windshield that protects it. I really like it how it's right there. Alright, we're going to do a U-turn and go back running with the seas. Should get a good crosswind here, maybe a little bit of a splash. The high freeboard really does a good job of keeping us dry. A little baby of a splash. That's just more because of the wind there. One thing you notice immediately is how solid the boat feels in the water. You know, the boat has a yacht capacity, so over 9 people. That's right? Over 9 people?
Yep.
You can definitely just feel this boat just coo. It's a very smooth riding boat. I really have to say it's a very smooth riding boat. All right, we're gonna do a U-turn here. A little sharper, see how it handles. Hold on. Woo! You feel it? Grab that water, guys. Really does a good job of grabbing that water. No bow slippage. Going into the waves, no trim tabs. Definitely chopping it up with the boat's big weight. Alright, we're going to do a left-hand turn. Make sure you're in the boat good. Good. Definitely don't want anybody flowing out. Alright. Here we go with the left-hand turn. We don't have a speedometer on us, but it's going probably about 20. Pretty sharp. Look at that turn. Woo! That was a good turn. And that was rough, too. That was in rough water. We were able to make that turn. All right, let's go to some smooth water and see how it handles the smooth water. All right, I'm going to let you navigate us past the sandbar. Hunter knows where all the sandbars are up here, guys, and I'm used to following my electronics, so I'm going to pass over the steering wheel over to Hunter. I'm going to let him take us to where the smooth water is, and we're going to test this out in some smooth water, do a little bit of turns at high speed, not really high speed, but relatively high speed, and see how it handles. I can tell you right now in this chop, guys, this boat is a beast. It is a beast, and I got a little bit of water on there. I did get a little bit wet when I cut it hard right into that big wave there, but guys, if it was not windy, there's no way water would have came in the boat. But any time water goes up in the air and the wind's blowing, it's gonna get blown back in the boat. Oh, Hunter's opening it up for us. Woo, we moving. We had some out of the box thinking, guys. Pulled up the Navionics. We're right at 43 right now. Slowly picking up speed. Woo! 46, 47. It is choppy. We could probably hit 48. There we did. We hit 48 there for a second. Pretty good. This is about as calm as water we're going to get.
I was thinking it was going to be calmer over there, but it's not.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it would be, but it really isn't. All right, guys, we tried to find some calm water. We couldn't. So what we're going to do, I actually did this exact same turn when I came and bought my boat. We're going to start from this direction, and we're going to haul probably about 40 miles per hour, make this turn right into here. And what we're looking for to see is there any back end slippage with the boat when we make the turn, right? So like you'll notice like on some boats that don't really stay glued to the water, their back end will actually come out from underneath them and almost feel like you're sliding instead of actually being like digged into the water, kind of like this, and making the turn. You'd be more of like on top of the water and sliding out. And when you do get that back end slide like that, you don't feel like you have control of the boat like you do when it's like really digged in. So we're gonna go ahead and do that turn and a couple more turns and see how it handles. We're coming up. Let me make sure I put on my kill switch. We're gonna come up, go up here, make a turn. Right in here?
Nope, we're clear right in here.
All right, I'm gonna do a turn right here, hold on.
Yep.
All right guys, we're gonna do a right hand turn to starboard. We're probably going about 25 to, actually we're probably going about 35. We're gonna see how she handles. That was a good turn. She didn't slip at all. All right, we're not gonna do a short turn, but we're gonna go around with a fast turn. We got some waves coming. No bow slippage, or no tail end slippage at all. I mean, guys, this thing is glued to the water. We're at wide open. Woo! That crosswind is coming up and blowing us, but guys, the oversized windshield really does a good job. All right, there's a lot of stops over here, so we're not going to do any turns right here. We're going to kind of slowly do a turn right here and go back. And since I got Hunter wet, I'm going to turn to the port side and get myself wet. I can't get Hunter wet like that and not get myself wet. Here, let me get that draw real quick. All right. All right.
You got me on that one.
Sorry, I was not thinking it was going to come over like that.
You're good.
It's a crosswind that does it, though.
Oh yeah, that wind's flipping out here.
All right,
I was gonna say I'm used to it. Remember when I delivered you your boat and it started storming?
Started raining. All right, we're coming around again. You can see the crosswind, but look how good this windshield works, guys. I'm dry. If I was on the 246, I would be wet right now. The windshield is great. You get a lot of good breeze through here and right through here. So I definitely don't feel like I'm like dying in a sauna or anything like that. All right, hold on, Hunter. We're going in for another sharp turn. All right, here we go. Guys, and that turn was like at 35 miles per hour. It did not have a hiccup. All right, I think we ran it good, man. All right, guys. I hope you really guys enjoyed this episode out here on the 266. Really appreciate for Hunter for Bell to let me come out on it. Had a blast, man. If you're going to go buy a boat, go talk to this guy. Great customer service, very professional. If you're looking at getting the Mercury has a lot of power. It seemed like it had no problem pushing this boat. The whole shot on it was really good. Made the turns really good, guys. I don't know if you're going to really know how fast. I don't know if I should say really how fast we were going. We were going pretty fast. I'm guessing around 30, 35, but I might have been pushing a little bit harder than that. But this boat can handle really, really well, guys, and it is not a calm day. You can see that we got to test out the windshield and how great the windshield works. We got another 360 GoPro going up here, so hopefully we get some good footage out of that. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you on the water.